Nestled in the foothills of the Italian Dolomites is a tiny but fascinating country. Guns are widely sold in shops, there's no way to fly in or out, and it is the oldest continuously inhabited country in the world. Join me as I spend 24 hours in the European micronation of San Marino. San Marino is Europe's third smallest nation and entirely landlocked by the country of Italy. It won't surprise you that it doesn't have its own international airport, so relies on the nearby Italian city of Rimini. However, with no international flights from Manchester, we had to start our journey 100 kilometres away in Bologna and hop on a 2-hour train over to be in striking distance of my 49th European country. It's that huge hill stuck up under there. The majority of the country is nestled on Mount Titano, which can be seen for miles and miles around. I'll come on to the unique history of the place later, but first we took a shuttle up the winding streets to our hotel. And after a 50-minute bus, we've arrived in San Marino. It's not your normal walk up to a hotel, just along the castle walls and over the turrets. This is still the walk to our hotel, and it's only about 5 minutes away from the bus station. So after one of the craziest walks to a hotel I've ever had, we've checked in. It's a decent room, 100 quid, does the job, but there's good views from absolutely everywhere in San Marino. And then we check into the room, come outside, and we've got a view of the car park. I guess you can just about see the view if I proper lean out the window. But that's classic. Backpacking on a budget for you, even when you're staying in a hotel, even when you're in a country which has insane views from absolutely everywhere, you're still in a room with a view of the car park. So the country of San Marino is pretty much just this hill, other than a little bit down in the valley below. So all of the view we're overlooking now is Italy. Legend has it that a man named Marinus, who was fleeing religious persecution in Croatia, sought refuge on the towering Mount Titano after travelling across the Adriatic Sea. There he established a small community of fellow believers, which over time, this humble settlement grew into a thriving republic, its independence preserved through centuries of political turmoil and foreign invasion. Today, San Marino is the oldest republic in the world. And for a debut appearance on the channel, joining us in San Marino is my mum. What do you think of it so far?
Amazing. Quite emotional to be here with my son, which is something that I've always wanted to do. It's just stunning. Beautiful, quaint town. Gorgeous view. Look at this. It's amazing. Where do you get a view like that other than in Italy?
Turrets in the San Marino that are on its flag, and for the moment we're going to the furthest away, which is the most famous. If you Google San Marino, this is the view that you see. And where do you produce?
Rimini. We have small factory. Look at on the video. You will see the man who produce.
So you live in Rimini?
Yeah, no, actually I live in San Marino. I bought a house here, yeah.
Of 30,000 people that live here?
35,000 actually. About 35.
How does that feel?
Small, yeah. For you it sounds strange. For us it's normal. How can you get tired of something nice? You
No,
can't.
absolutely not.
I can maybe get tired of the wall in front of me, but not even, because we have so many leaves, you know, and then the beauty is in the eye of who look. So that's why.
That is some drop down, I don't fancy that. Oh, a bit of vertigo. You can see why it's so easy to defend. Firing arrows down there can't be too difficult. It's so steep, and you can see for miles and miles and miles, even to the coastline over there. So this is the main square of a country. Look how small it is. So we've got a Christmas shop here and a gun shop to the left of it. San Marino is not a member of the EU, meaning it sets many of its own laws, including that it has the most relaxed gun laws in Europe. But despite its small size, it does get up to 100,000 visitors per day in the summer months, trebling the size of its population. So from all the signs of it, it looks like the Tour de France started, or at least was en route at the opening stage of the grander part of the Tour de France this year, which is insane. Imagine cycling all the way up this. Might sound obvious being on the top of a huge hill, but it is so windy. Constantly, it's like an island. What do you think of that view?
Spectacular. Nothing short of spectacular. It's amazing. I've never seen such a beautiful view. In fact, I've been to an amazing place. It's stunning. Totally stunning.
I bet in summer it gets super busy there though. We were the only ones standing there at one point. I can imagine the summer crowds, you can barely even see the view. But in October it's much more quiet and it's not actually too cold. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, I'm comfortable. So overall we had a great time in San Marino. However, if there was one thing I was going to change about the trip, it would be staying the night. If you're going in the off season, it's not really worth staying the night. That's because it's so quiet during the day, it's not ruined by any day trippers. Whereas in the summer, it gets about 100,000 people per day in the summer. So that means staying the night can give you the chance to see a quieter version of San Marino without the day trippers. However, we still really enjoyed our time there and I would recommend you visit. You might have heard during this video that was my 49th and penultimate European country. Well, my next one is my 50th and my final one, which is